And welcome to World of Tanks content from this channel, and I'm going to show you some Ace Tanker gameplay in the AMX 1357 in a Tier 9 game. So here we are, something a little bit different, a World of Tanks replay. And the map is Fisherman's Bay, and I'm not going to do the kind of strategic or tactical analysis that I would in World of Warplanes. That's because there are dozens, if not many dozens, of players out there who are far better at that sort of thing for World of Tanks. This is just purely a personal memento, saying, look, I did this. So without further ado, let's see how this battle develops. So, having looked to see how my team's deploying, I decide the best thing for me to do is head towards the left-hand side of the central village and spot from there. Now, the AMX 1357 is clearly a tank with great assassination potential, but that comes, in my opinion, normally towards the end of a game. So here I'm going to set up and do some passive spotting. I get to a favourite position, roll into a bush, and I can see that the enemy team is the one that's making progress down the one line. I've got to be careful about this VK3002D and the Hellcat. If they pop up by the windmill, I'll get spotted, and there could be tanks behind me that will gleefully take advantage of that spot to shoot me. So I'm a little hampered for spotting at the moment, but it looks like the VK, in fact the VK3002D has gone down. Indeed, one of the other tanks that was advancing down the one line has also gone down, and the Super Hellcat is below the ridge, so now I can spot. Seeing the Pantera behind me, I decide to reverse and see if I can get some sneaky shots on him. And he just keeps moving as I move towards him, and I can't quite get him. But he's being hit by my team. I'm picking up some spotting damage, my first of the game, and we're on our way. So back to the bush. I see the Pantera go down, so I decide to do something slightly risky and advance further through the village on the assumption that nothing else is here. I run to the next line of bushes, and then, feeling very brave, I go even further, and I spot a standard B who puts a shot into me. I do wonder at this point whether the Super Hellcat's going to be brave enough to pop up and try and shoot me. You can see there's blind fire at the corner, where tanks probably in the B2 area, or close to it, think that I've advanced to. Fortunately, I'm not in that place, so I don't get shot, and I keep the standard B lit up. I'm feeling fairly confident here. We've got a Shah Future 4 and a T-34B in the centre. He shouldn't be in the centre, but he is, and I think the standard B is going to be suppressed by them. Well, as you'll see, that's not quite how it turned out. More blind fire at this corner, of which I am aware, but I decide it is time to get forwards into the bush. I'm rewarded with a spot on the T-29, which I then miss. Now, I've got to be careful that I don't get proxy spotted by the standard B here, so I'm keeping an eye on what he's doing. He's very close to being within 50 metres of me. And that's what this makes me decide to actually advance further into the bush. This is highly risky, but I haven't been spotted, and now my spotting potential is increased. However, the enemy team is well dug in at the back. They're choosing not to reveal themselves. There's very little I can do at the moment unless I choose to relocate. And I'm glad I didn't. As a KV-3 obligingly rolls out in front of me, I decide to risk shots. I'm expecting to be spotted and have to move quickly. And I'm not spotted. I'm able to unload fully on the KV-3, do considerable damage, and of course I get all the spotting. And it also tells me that the vehicles at the back in the B1, B2 area haven't got very good view range. That probably means things like the UDES 03 isn't there. what I hadn't appreciated at this point was that the Future 4 had moved off, and the Standard B, or a teammate of his, was able to dispose of the T-34B. Not a great place for the T-34B, but now it means that I'm vulnerable to the Standard B. I don't want to be caught out by him, so I relocate, so I'm not where he thinks I might be. I'm not getting very much done here anyway, so it's probably time to look for another position and see if I can get work done there. So I decide to relocate to the other side of the village. I make sure I'm below the dip so I'm not spotted by the Standard B as I relocate, and I run into the bushes at the opposite side of the village. I'm hoping to see if I can get shots towards the enemy medium in the town. However, he's not visible. I can't see anything in front of me, so I decide to make a more risky move and peek through the bushes here. And the Standard B appears. He was probably heading for where he thought I was, hoping to surprise me, and unfortunately for him, I surprised him instead. And now he's down to 2 health, and this is where the assassination capability of this tank is on display. I can tell he's moving away, so I decide to be brave after a blind shot through the bush in case he's still sitting there, to move forward and see if I can find him. And that's what will happen in a moment or two. Take another quick look to see if I can shoot the Pantera. That's not on. Wait for my reload to kick in, and I'm off. Approach covered by the building, and then I peek through the bush. Still can't shoot the Pantera, just to make sure I can't get shot by him. And the Standard B is hiding in the corner. I've spooked him, and he runs. This is probably the wrong thing to do, but then he's only got 2 hit points, so almost any move is the wrong move. I wait to be unspotted, I go around the corner, first shot bounces, second shot is successfully into the turret ring. Now, we haven't made any progress down the one line, but it looks as if we've cleared the town. It's time to get ahead of the tanks there and spot for them. So I quickly rush down to the town. Head towards the bay, run along the shoreline. I'm expecting to find artillery, but of course there could be some other tanks that I haven't been spotted yet. But with the tanks behind me, I'm relatively hopeful that I'll be able to get some spotting damage. I don't see anything on the shoreline. This is where I might have found an artillery, so now I'm going to get up, I'll run along the A line and spot for my T-29 and Future 4. And the GW Panther comes into view. I decide not to shoot, I don't want to give away my position. And he dies conveniently for my spotting. So I keep running along the airline, going to hide behind the house. I'm pretty sure I'm going to find enemies in the bushes at A4 or 5. And there's a VK-45 that's been camping in the back all game. I put a couple of shots into him, he turns his armour towards me, so I get behind the house so he can't shoot me. My teammates are caught up with me, they kill him. So now I head towards the bushes, and I'm again certain I'm going to find something in here. I'm nearly reloaded, and if I find anything I'm just going to rush straight past it and try and shoot it in the backside. And there's the UDES, facing me, but not quick enough to fire at me. And here we see the assassination capacity of the tank. Once I'm behind him, there's nothing he can do. On the reload again, so I don't poke up yet. I'm going to find a suitable bush to poke through when I do. And I find the E25. More spotting damage as well as direct damage. Of course I've been spotted. I know that's a T-30 at the back. And I don't want to take a shell from him, so I'm going to wait until I'm unspotted before peeking up. And now because he's clearly in view, I just want to see if I can detrack him and hold him in place. He's already tracked. He repairs. Eventually I take his track off and I leave him for my team to finish off. Another quick reload. I know I'll spot the T-30 as I go up, and if not, the T-29. The T-29 is facing me, but he backs up a little. I take his track off, a couple of shots, and then one of my teammates decides to use him as a trampoline. And that's the game over. So let's have a look at the battle result, and immediately we can see it's an ace tanker, and with the banner you can see it's my first ace tanker in this vehicle. There was an epic achievement, an All-X medal for killing 2 tanks at least 1 tier higher with the light tank, and there we have it, 2 kills, 20 shots, that did 1,678 total damage, 6 critical hits, a rather healthy 4,450 assistance damage, split 3,517 for spotting and 933 for detracking a vehicle, and 6 spots. We go to the team score panel, we can see that it was enough for first place in terms of experience, 1,617, and it takes currently 1,547 experience to get an ace tanker, so this is a decent game. On the detailed report we can just see the damage figures again summarised. 101,393 credits gross after repairs and ammunition resupply. That came down to 96,785 credits net, a nice total. A total of 2,911 experience after bonuses and 122 free experience. So there you have it, some ace tanker gameplay in the AMX 1357 from World of Tanks. I hope you enjoyed the little diversion from my normal content, and that you'll come back and see more of it in the future. But until then, this is Royal Flying Corps, signing out.